All right, we've made it to the little town of Lindsborg, Kansas.
Lindsborg.
All right, Lindsborg, Kansas. This is
Swenson Park,
Swenson Park.
and this is a little Scandinavian community.
Yeah, well, I'm very excited. We just drove in through the main street and we saw people dressed appropriate for the park.
It's really cute.
There must be something going on today. Anyways, as you can see, there's a little stage here in this park, and then off in the distance, I believe we're looking at
Bethany College.
Bethany College, a little four-year private college, and we're just going to enjoy a little bit of this park, and then we're going to head to the main street, and we'll meet you there.
See ya.
All right, Caro, as usual, tell us a little bit about Lindsborg, Kansas.
Okay, Lindsborg has a population of about 3,800 people. What it's known for is being known as Little Sweden. 30% of their current population are of Swedish descent, and it was founded by Swedish and other Scandinavian Americans. And it is the home of Svensk Hillingsfest, which is a festival every other year to celebrate their Swedish heritage.
Yeah, this was a cool place to visit, and I guess given that it was right in the middle of December, that made it even a little more cool as it's all decked out for the holidays. I don't know exactly what the horse business is, but those little horses that we just saw along the sidewalk, those are actually everywhere. There's even a shop where you can go and have a custom one made with your name, so clearly it's tied to the heritage.
The Dahlia horse are what they call those painted wooden statues, and they originated in the Swedish province of Dalarna, but they've become a symbol of Sweden in general.
Isn't Google awesome? Thanks for having my back.
Anytime. And what was cool, there was so many old buildings. This city was founded in 1869, and you can tell the downtown retains a lot of the old heritage. And like with many of the Kansas cities, as we've discussed, there was lots of public art, both these horses and several murals along the sides of buildings. You can see it was another beautiful December day. Absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, boy, we've been so lucky since we started recording these videos last, what was it, October, I think is when we first started, and it's just been absolutely gorgeous most of the days that we've been out, and this one is no exception.
As Jeff mentioned at the beginning, there was a group all dressed up in sort of Dickensian wear, and they were performing, singing, and playing instruments out in front of a church, and then they had the horse-pulled carriage rides. It was very holiday festive.
A lot of these pictures we're looking at now were on the side street, and we've learned a long time ago that it's worth going to the side street. For example, that picture there is the back of the library, so you wouldn't even know that was there if you didn't walk into the alley. There's no like obvious place to see that from the main street, so just really cool. And again, that lesson of getting off the main street and going through the alleys usually pays off in these small Kansas towns. As usual, we had to stop for some refreshments, and we found this really cool little kind of bar and grill right there on the main street. And there's the usual and customary grain elevator that's in every Kansas town, at least everyone we've been to so far. And those horses, boy, those horses are everywhere. But wow, what a cool job they did, kind of giving each one a unique theme.
We also happened upon a museum, which you'll see in a little bit, and we happened upon it because I gave Jeff bad directions and we went down the wrong street. So it does pay to not always follow Google Maps, because that's how we found the Heritage Square.
Yeah, I love my wife almost as much as I love her directions, because we end up in places that neither of us intended to go. But in this case, it really did pan out. As
Yes, it did.
We did find this really cool part of town, which we'll get to here shortly, that had kind of a heritage square, I think is what it's called, that had some of the original buildings of the area, as well as some recreations where they put in some of the actual equipment, like farm equipment and school equipment, things like that. So it was actually a good, happy accident.
These were beautiful tile paintings throughout downtown. I got pictures of several of them.
I know I sound like a broken record, but I just have to say, I mean, we have had such a good time exploring these little towns. We're inside that blacksmith shop or office, if you've watched
Our other
video. And very cool, not just on the outside, but as you can see on the inside as well. So here's Heritage Square, the great navigator took us to by accident, and we're going to shut up now because I think we actually narrate this section as we went. All right, so we happenstanced upon a place called Heritage Square. This is a lesson learned for us, is sometimes you need to get off the main street.
For sure.
We just walked to the end of Main Street and we found this really cool museum, as you'll see from the pictures and the video. Basically, these are all actual buildings from the early days of this town that they've just sort of brought into this area, and there's a museum. Right now we're focusing on the outdoor stuff because the light's good, but then we'll check out the museum. Today's December 11th, and I guess they're doing some kind of thing here tonight, which I don't know if we'll still be around for it or not, but anyways.
Yeah, they're doing Christmas music and some reenactment kind of stuff. So
we happen to be standing in one of the old train depots from the late 1800s. So anyways, lesson learned. Let's make sure we walk around and go beyond the main streets in the future. Because what a cool find. Enjoy the pictures and the videos. This looks like your blacksmith office here.
Indeed. Look at all that high-tech equipment in there.
All right, so this large building in front here is the Swedish Pavilion. This was actually prefabricated in Sweden at the Swedish exhibit building for the 1904 World's Fair in St. Louis. And then later they moved it to Bethany College campus, which is kind of where this video started, or at least this section of the video for this town. And it was an art and music classroom. And now, of course, its final destination here in this museum, and it was brought here in 1967. All right, this white building in front of us is known as the Academy Building. This is actually built in 1879 as the first local public school building, and then it later became a Bethany College classroom. So this is the Lindsborg Union Pacific Depot, and this was actually in use from 1880 to 1974, and we actually just filmed a little segment on the inside, so you've seen the inside as well. Alright, so this blacksmith shop, originally called Bjorndijk, was a small gold mining shack located near Coronado Heights, which is where we were at the very beginning of the video, where the castle is. This workshop here, the first workable telephone dial was invented in this shop, just northeast of Lindsborg, so that's pretty crazy. Here's the very first McPherson County Courthouse. So West Kentucky School was used from 1903 to 1952 and was just a little southeast of Lindsborg. All right, we're just finishing up at the Heritage Center, Heritage Square.
Yep.
We still have to go all the way back through town and to the car, so we just wanted to wrap this video up while we still have some light. As always, we like to reflect on the experience, sort of give our highlights, so we can go first.
So this was a great town in general, but one of the highlights was this Heritage Museum in Heritage Square. It was just fun to see. They have it restored and all these old buildings, so I really liked that. How about you?
For me, coming from the Pacific Northwest, Washington, there's a little town called Leavenworth. It's a kind of a Bavarian themed town, but clearly it's, let's just say, very touristy and obviously new buildings made to look old. But what I really liked about this one is this is a legitimate old town.
Yes.
And the people that founded the town, their heritage is genuine and everywhere. So I guess you could say it was like a more
authentic,
legitimate or more authentic Leavenworth, something that we can relate to. But overall, I definitely give it a thumbs up.
Me too.
Just a bonus that we were here for the holidays, because that just adds a little something else. And yet again, another absolutely gorgeous December day. I think we were at least somewhere in the 50s. So it was awesome. So we're gonna work our way back and wrap this video up. So as always, get off the couch, go enjoy the world.
Cheers.